Hello, it's me, Angelica Collado. I'm here with another video, and this video is going to be about voting. I got this in the mail, and prior to receiving this, I wasn't sure if I was going to actually make it to vote because I didn't know where I should go. I didn't know, if I needed to bring anything, if I just didn't know about going until I received this, because when I opened it up, I saw that I received my voter's card. So on this voter's card, it tells you your nearest location, the nearest location of where you will be able to vote. So now I know where I'm supposed to go, and all my questions are basically answered. And this saved everything. This saved my life because I really wanted to vote, but this gives me a good reason to actually go. So yeah, everything's answered in this little booklet here. There's even information on how to receive an absentee ballot. And I was considering that because, it does allow you to vote from home safely. But I received this in the mail, and this is an application for the ballot. So I would have to fill all this out just to receive the ballot. And this is just an application. So I have to send this out and then wait for it in the mail. And who knows, I heard a lot of different scenarios where some people didn't even get it in the mail. So I don't want to risk it. I don't want to take that chance. It's just better for me to just go out, especially since I have my voter's card. And now I'm just really excited, really pumped me up receiving this. This will be my second time voting. The first time I voted was in the last election. And during that election, I didn't have my voter's card. And when I went there, they asked me for it, and I didn't have it. So I had to give them my state ID, and then they were able to scan it and see that I was registered to vote. Now, how I registered to vote was at the DMV office. So I went to motor vehicle, and I was trying to get my non-driver's ID. I do know how to drive, but I just don't have my license. So I needed to get my New York State ID, and they asked me if I wanted to register to vote. I said yes. They gave me a paper to fill out, and it was just like this little section that I had to fill out, and it was really fast. At least that's what I remember. But all I know is that it was really fast, and it took me like less than 2 minutes to fill it all out. And then I gave them my paperwork, and there you go. I was registered. I was registered. I don't know if you heard me. Okay, so then, yeah. So last year, I don't remember receiving the voter's card, which kind of also would have made it easier if I would have, if I did receive it. But this year I did. And so, yeah, I'm really excited about it. I want to know about you guys, though. I want to know how you feel about voting, if you are pumped up about it as I am, because everybody has their different opinions on it. Like my parents, they are not voters. They don't vote, but I do, and I'm going to tell you why later. But you know, for me, I believe in the whole that whole number system, how like one sometimes beats the odds, or one overall sometimes, it really is important, just imagine, being that one last vote, or that you could have, let's say, like basketball or baseball, that one point really like changes the whole game and really decides if you win or you lose, so I believe in that, and I feel the same way about this voting thing. I mean, who knows if your vote is that one vote that really just decides it all, who knows, and that's just how important each and every single one of us is, yeah, so back to the reason why I'm a voter. My parents, they were not voters. They're not voters. They're not into the whole thing, but they do watch, the election throughout the season. When I was younger, I believe I was in the fifth grade, And that's when I first started learning about the election. That's when the school started teaching that. So I was in the fifth grade. I was like 9 or 10 years old, and they started. Um, they really gave me a good start to this whole thing, because that's when they first started emphasizing the importance of becoming a voter one day, in your future. And they started teaching us about the whole election system. So yeah, that's how it all started for me. And I just remember, you know, watching the last day of the election with my family in the living room, and just watching it. They have this big event on the last day while we're all waiting to find out who the winner is. And I just remember thinking to myself, I wish that I could vote. Like, I really wanted to be a part of it. I wanted George Bush to win. And there was like nothing I could do. I couldn't vote, you know what I mean? I was a kid, and yeah, there's nothing I could do. So I just remember feeling and wishing that I could vote. And I remember my mom was like, I guess she saw me watching the election day, and I like how interested I was into it. And she's just like, "Oh, you really want him to win, right? You know, well, don't worry. One day when you're older, you'll get to vote, but your vote still won't count." And I was like to myself, "No way." I'm like, "My vote is going to count. My vote matters." And so I was like, "You know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pray. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pray with God, and He is going to cast my vote." And that's how I vote, because I believe in God, and I believe that He would not agree for kids not to be able to vote. Kids should vote. I mean, this is America. We live in America too, and our opinions matter. So, so yeah, that's, what I did. I prayed, and that's how my vote went through for that year. And I remember I was praying to God, and I was just like, Jehovah, please, um, I don't remember what I said, but I was like, I basically told him how I wanted George Bush to win, and then I felt bad, and I was like, what about the other guy? He probably really wants to win too. So I just prayed for the best winner to win. So that was my prayer, and it worked. I actually did get to win. So it was a good feeling, right? At the end of it all, it was a great feeling to know that the person I wanted won. And I swear I always felt like it was because of my prayer. But yeah, so that was like a really fond memory for me. And I just remember always thinking to myself, I can't wait to vote when I'm older. And yeah, I've always kept that with me up until now. So for me, it's a big deal, to be able to do that and participate in that kind of way. It's also great to say that, you had a part in saying who is running the country, and, whether the person you choose is actually the winner or not, it's just good to say that, you're the reason why, you know what I mean? And even if, you know, you at least you tried. You know what I mean? If the person you didn't want to win, if the person you wanted to win didn't win, at least you can say you tried. So that's really what matters in the end. Um, and yeah, so I guess that is really the whole basis to my video. I just wanted to share that with you because I am really really excited. Um, I plan to wake up early in the morning that day and get some breakfast, get some coffee, enjoy the season, and then go vote. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope that it all turns out, really well. Um, I mean, it will. I'm sure that my plan is going to go through, and I'm sure that I'm going to end up voting. I will let you guys know, you know, what happens, but trust me, I'm definitely going to go. um, and yeah, so I hope that you all feel motivated now to get out and vote. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And yeah, think about getting registered. Think about what I said about being that, that last vote. You never know. I mean, that's happened to me sometimes where let's say like you just walk into the room and like you're like, oh my God, we need you to join the group or something. You're like, thank God you're the last person in the group. Like, we needed you. That, like you can imagine all the different scenarios where the last person really matters. And yeah, that could be you. That could be me. So I hope that you go out and vote also. You don't have to tell me who you're going to vote for, but, do let me know if you decide to vote like I am going to vote. Yeah, okay, so that is all for my video. Let's see. I think that's all I wanted to say. Make sure that you listen to my music. I have my new song, My Attention, out. Um, and yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed this. All right, bye.